Reporting in progress.
Yes, sir.
Week 6.
Week 6 already?
Yes, yes, it is week 6. All right. So this one, I got a lot of information coming at you, or I have a
Ooh,
game plan. We have things to discuss on week 6. Okay.
okay.
And as we go through this conversation, it might look like, okay, where's he going with this? Where's he going with that? But I promise you, I've spent time thinking about you specifically and how best to assist you. Okay.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. I should grab a pen and pad, right?
I mean,
You
this is
won't know.
recorded. This is recorded, but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course, man. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. You
All right.
ready?
Yeah, man.
Cool. Okay. First off, we'll start with the niceties. How are we feeling progress week 6?
Nice. Uh, I feel great. Uh, Going back from last week to to today slash yesterday morning. Um, it's probably been the most consistent week I've had, or I guess technically kind of meshing into 2 weeks, the most consistent 2 weeks, 2 week span within the 6 weeks that I've been active. I going back um, since the Thursday before last, right? Because I think I said it was Thursday that I had like started working out. I've been working out every day for 2 weeks.
Right.
Every other day for 2 weeks. Sometimes 2 days in a row. Sunday, Monday, or today's Tuesday, Sunday, and yesterday, and I'm hitting it tomorrow, and I'm hitting it Thursday. I'm not hitting it Friday. Probably won't hit it Saturday, but it's okay because, like I said, I'm getting it in tomorrow. So, but
Awesome.
yeah, 2 weeks straight, man. And it feels so good. It feels so good. Like my body just feels so good. The scale is finally budging.
How much have we
Um,
lost?
it's down three. It's down
Great.
three since I last spoke to you.
Great.
Down three since I last spoke
Great.
to you.
Great.
And yeah, man, my body's feeling good. And really quick, and it's funny that like your body, like you know, your body knows something's up
Hmm.
when I just finished having a burger and fries for the first time in what, 6 weeks, maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Um,
No.
no, I had a burger within these 6 weeks.
You had a burger on July 4th and you had fries a couple days after
Yes,
that.
yes, you're right. July 4th, no bun. You're absolutely right. All right, so 2 weeks. My body can tell that 2 weeks, no burger, no fries, and being active. Because the moment I ate that, I had to run to the restroom.
Oh yeah, that definitely
So like
happens.
yeah, that's how my body knows. Like, oh, dude, like you're doing great. Why, like, where the fuck are you putting this trash inside right
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Um,
now?
well, I'm happy to hear that the scale's going in the direction that we want it to.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So here's a question just for my analysis. I would like for you to describe what your eating habits have been prior to enlisting my services, this 8-week
Okay.
consultation program. What were your eating habits like? And if you can contrast them to how they are within these 8 weeks, please do.
Um, Normally, myself and my family, we're not big fast food eaters, but the occasion, um, compared to these past 6 weeks, really, you know, today, yes, what I mean, like I said, a burger and fries, but uh, no fast food, and like not even fast food. Like sometimes we would eat out, sushi, whatever. 6 weeks, no sushi, no this, no that. Um, uh, but prior to the program, it's a lot more snacking, it's a lot more sweets than it's been these 6 weeks. Um, Maybe my portion size would be bigger. I probably wouldn't eat 3 meals a day, but the 2 meals I would be so fucking big that, it's like having 4 meals in a day. Compared to the 6 weeks, I'm really portioning my serving sizes.
Okay. Okay.
Um, and yeah, yeah, that's how I would kind of compare and contrast them.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is your portions are smaller during this weight
Hmm.
loss program.
Hmm.
Perhaps less sweets than what you would typically eat.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, I would encourage you to continue to remember that as you move forward. My goal, which is something that I've said in the past, is, and this is not just you, my intention when I bring clients on is I want to set them free at the end of the 8-week program, if possible. Granted, there's always the
Okay.
option of keeping me on as your consultant moving forward after the 8 weeks, but my intention is to equip you with the proper mindset and the proper habits that are necessary for you to achieve a longevity when it comes to
Yes.
your health and wellness. So,
Yeah.
and each individual is different when it comes to weight loss. We attack it differently. So, what I'm hearing again is for you, portion control is something that you
Hmm.
have a good ability to do,
Hmm.
and reducing your amount of sweets is something that you
Yeah.
have the ability to do. So let's
Yeah.
focus on that. All right. Let's see. Walk me through. Do, 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 do. All right. So I want you to walk me through your inner monologue when you decide, because I'm gonna be honest, coming from my perspective,
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you've lost weight this week. However, with the meal plans that you've been sending me each day, it's not macro friendly what you've been sending me. What I'm seeing typically week in and week out is that you put a larger emphasis on carbohydrates and fats and not as much emphasis on protein, which is something I've talked about before. So the habit that I see is that you send me your meal plan and the protein's coming from like 2 eggs and a couple of slices of salami and maybe
Sure.
cheese or something like that. And like that's the protein for the day, not even coming out to 100 grams of protein. I haven't seen you hit like 100 grams of protein like once. Okay.
Mm.
The minimum that you really should be eating is at least, I would say, 130 grams of protein. That's the minimum that you should really be eating in order to maintain muscle and lose fat while in a calorie deficit. Okay. Instead, what you have been doing is you've been prioritizing carbohydrates and fats. Now, the thing that, and you might not know this, my encouragement is to focus on one of the two when it comes to what you're eating so far as macros are concerned. Protein should always be the number one priority on a weight loss journey, okay? Because if you don't get enough protein, you're going to lose lean tissue, you're going to lose muscle, all right? But from there, what do you want more? Do you want carbs or do you want fats? You cannot have high carbs and high fats because you'll be in a surplus from getting high carbs, high fats, and high protein. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and keep in mind the none of that is on purpose. The higher carbs um and fats. That's like I'd be curious to know like what exactly I'm eating that kind of falls under that category.
Ice cream,
Because yeah,
cookies.
okay, my sweets. Okay,
Yeah, your
okay, yeah,
sweets, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your sweets. And
Mm.
I mean, since I'm really happy to get into this because, like I said, this is something I've been thinking about for like more than 72 hours, how to really attack this. I've like lobbed up all these rules or like ways of thinking, and like I'm trying to throw like strategies at you. And I understand that like you've lost weight in the past. My interpretation off of your previous weight loss and what you're doing currently is it looks like you take on a weight loss mentality that is not meant for sustainability or longevity. So
Right, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you
yeah, no,
do the,
I
hmm
go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry. Go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead, you go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like this weight loss. Once again, barely 6 weeks, but this weight loss kick for me is already different than previous one.
Good.
Meaning, I would maybe even eat less, both because I'm just naturally not hungry, or I would like kind of convince myself eat less, eat less. And also kind of in the past, maybe just focusing like on cardio. running, playing basketball, hitting the sauna. Where to these past 6 weeks, I'm still doing all of that, but I'm also hitting weights. I'm also trying to,
Great.
average 100 and something push-ups a day if I'm lucky. You know what I'm saying? So already within 6 weeks, yeah, this weight loss kick is already not only different, well, yeah, just overall different. And once again, you know, I I I feel it. I
Good.
feel the difference.
Okay. Well, I'm happy that you're looking at it differently and that it's feeling differently. Just taking one comment that you just made about getting your 100 push-ups and doing weight training.
Mhm.
What do you think that training is going to do if you're not getting enough protein to supplement your protein or your muscle synthesis? Like,
Or to sustain it.
yeah,
I know it because in the past I mean, you know this obviously. Yes, in the past I've gained muscle mass and then lost it because I'm either not maintaining the exercising or just kind of eating shittier than I am now. You know?
it's nutrition, man. It's nutrition. I would say, and this is just a personal opinion, but I'm sure other people might feel this way. Exercise is like it's mental. It's honestly like mental health. I'm being dead honest.
Yeah.
Exercising on a routine basis, it decreases cortisol levels, which is stress. It gets your body moving, which is something that your body
Mhm,
is meant to do. We're not meant to be sedentary creatures. We're supposed to be active.
mhm.
All right. So literally taking yourself out for a walk or like doing anything active, it's like a dog. Dogs aren't
Yeah.
meant to be like cooped up in a cage all day. They get
Mhm,
unhappy, they
mhm.
get depressed, they get, yada yada yada. Exercise is for mental health. Okay.
Yeah.
If we're thinking about how to change our body composition and improve the way that we look in the mirror and lose body fat, it's nutrition. It is nutrition. And going back to the things that you're excelling at, portion control and dialing back on sweets, that's fantastic. But casual effort yields casual results. Okay. So if you approach your nutrition casually and make small adjustments compared to what you were doing previously, then you're only going to get casual results from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So on that, and again, there's so many strategies that we can attack. I came up with one that I think I would really like to give you and see if you can work with it. And I'd love to check back a week from now. But before I even get into that, the 80-20 rule, and this is just to educate you and make you aware. We've talked about the 80-20 rule. I want you to give it back to me. What's your interpretation of it?
Yeah. 80% is your eating, 20% is exercising.
No,
Yep.
that's
I've
70-30 actually. That's 70-30. 80-20 is 80% of what you're putting in your body is
Okay.
nutritious. It's good
Okay.
for you. It's not junk food.
Okay.
20% is the stuff that you want to put in your body, the stuff that tastes good.
Yeah, that was what you. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
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 Have you been doing that?
Uh, no, no,
Okay. I'm glad that you
no.
understand that.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you understand that. Okay. So let's work off of that. Why have you not been doing that?
man. Just life. You know. Just life. Yeah, I don't.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like, I'm consciously buying good groceries, consciously like preparing, filling meals for my day. Um, they just, I guess to whether it's your standards or the standards of of the information that you learned, it's not the sufficient or appropriate stuff that I'm eating. Um, yeah, kind of just no real explanation on that, but you know,
Okay. Well, the reason I'm visiting this is because we are at week 6 and your habits are definitely being established. Like I'm seeing what you're doing on a daily basis and a week to week
right,
basis. What
right,
I've seen is that you start off the day with typically the same thing: eggs, cheese, salami, coffee, maybe an orange juice, and like that's
yeah,
honestly your most nutritious meal of the fucking day,
right, right, right.
like consistently. And then
Yeah.
from there, every single day, it just like nosedives.
Yeah. So I'm not necessarily sending you my dairy info in like meal order. So like for
Okay.
example, if I'm texting you 4 eggs and 4 turkey strips, like yesterday, right? I think that's what I ate yesterday. That's me having 2 eggs, 2 turkey strips, protein pancake, boom, breakfast. For lunch, I'm also bringing slash having another 2 eggs, another 2 turkey strips.
That's great.
And yeah, so it's
That's
like, yeah, I
that.
mean, I
Hmm.
mean, it might not be ideal that like, oh, that's all I'm having is just fucking eggs and salami and turkey bacon. Um, that's just what I like. That's you know, go ahead. You look like you're gonna
Yeah.
say
I don't care when you eat food, whether you're
right.
having a nutritious breakfast or a lunch or dinner. My concern is that 50% of what you're eating on a day to day or a week to week is not good for you. There's just no nutritional value. So it's like it's now at the point where it's counterproductive. Like if you are on a weight loss, if you're chasing to like get your best body and like get in shape, and 50% of what you're putting in your body is not going to get you closer to your goal, then why are you doing it? Like that's the question I'm asking you. And again, like we've already discussed portion control and limiting the amount of sweets. You just if that's what you're good at, then like you just got to take it a step further. More portion control, less sweets. If right now you're at 50% of what you're eating is nutritious and the other 50% is just fucking crap, bring
Yeah,
it
yeah.
down to
It's
20%. Another thing that I see is consistently.
you.
Mhm.
You wouldn't say. I'm sorry. You wouldn't say you've noticed, for example, like the sweets that my sweet intake has decreased.
No, yesterday was a pretty good day. Yesterday was a
Wow.
pretty good day. Yeah,
Okay.
you had a cup of coffee, banana, 4 scrambled eggs, shredded cheese, 3 strips of turkey bacon, 1 protein pancake, and 2 protein cookies. That was a good
Yeah.
day. A cup of OJ. Um, Honestly, yesterday you probably finished in more of a calorie deficit than you needed to. Um, but overall, that's like a good star for a day. But
Wow.
typically it like based off of what you're sending me, you prioritize getting your sweets in daily, daily, and that's not
Hmm.
necessary. You do not have to have sweets every single day.
I mean,
In Mhm.
obviously I'm aware of that, and I'm not having sweets every day. But yeah. I
I
get what
mean,
you're saying.
you're sending me the stuff, man.
Yeah. No, but
Like,
I
like,
gotta, I gotta, I gotta go back into it. I gotta go back. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
take a
I get
look. I
that.
mean, this is the point. Like, documentation is
Yeah.
super powerful, which is
Yeah.
exactly why I have encouraged you multiple times to track your calories. I've gotten to the point where I'm doing this for you, and it's like
Yes. Thank you. By the way,
yeah,
thank you. You didn't have to. You don't have
yeah.
to. I'm not.
It's not something I
You're
want to do.
right.
It's not something I want to do. Like I care about you. Honestly, this is a business plan for me. Like I want to get this off the ground and you're one of my first clients. So I'm trying to figure out how to help you achieve your goals. And you're not doing the thing that I think you should be doing for better information. I want you to inform yourself as to what you're putting in your body.
Right.
Like I said, super happy that you lost 3 pounds. But at the current rate and like your current habits, where's the sustainability and how do we actually achieve the goal? you know, the way that things are currently going. Okay. More adjustments are needed, is what I'm trying to say. I understand that you like sweets. I like sweets. There are ways to work around it. You do not have to be a slave to your cravings. You
Right.
don't
Right.
have to. You don't have to accommodate yourself every single day with like
Yeah.
a pack of cookies and half a pint of ice cream. Now, before you like think like, oh, have you eaten a pint of ice cream in like the past couple of days? No, you haven't. You ate
Yeah.
a quarter pint of ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'm trying to say that there's ways to like think around accommodating that desire for sweets. Okay. If you're going to have a quarter pint of ice cream on Tuesday, when's the next time you think you should have a quarter pint of ice cream? Honestly, like your honest opinion, how often do you think you should have a quarter pint of ice cream?
I mean, well, listen, I tell you this. I tell you this. If I had it in my freezer, I would have probably a little bit of like a Halo ice cream every night. The other night it wasn't a Halo ice cream. It was a Jenny's ice cream. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to like a Jenny's ice cream, yeah, you know, I had it Sunday. So who like maybe I'm off Thursday, so maybe Thursday I'll have some more fucking ice cream. But if I had Halo in my freezer today, 2 days after I just had, yeah, I'd have some I'd have some Halo, because that's just me kind of wanting something sweet or whatever the case may be. For example, I got myself a box of those protein cookies. To me, those are kind of dual use. Those are like a snack, but then also that also is a snack that curbs my sweet craving. you know? Um, Hence why I didn't have any, I mean, I don't have any ice cream, but hence why I didn't have anything else other than that yesterday because it was a work kind of snack thing, but then also like, oh, I want something sweet. Boom, I banged it out and I was good. You know what I'm saying?
I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. Honest assessment. Right now, it seems that you are really into giving into your cravings. And I want to submit to you the option that you don't have to do that. Has that thought crossed your head?
Yes, Sean. Yes, it
I'm
has.
not being
I just
condescending. I'm literally asking a question.
no, no, no. I mean, yes, of course, but
I'll put it to you
I
this way.
guess
I'll put it to you another way. It's one thing to say, I have a sweet tooth, right? I have a sweet tooth. I fucking love
sure,
sweets. It's another thing to say, I have to acknowledge, I have to accommodate my sweet tooth. It's an entirely different thing to say. Does that make sense?
right? Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Your habits, from what you're sending me, is I understand that your identity is I have a sweet tooth, but you are addressing,
Kind of feeding into, yeah.
yes, you're
No,
feeding it,
I get what you're saying.
and you don't have to. At least you don't have to on a daily basis. And again, and you're working with me, so like I've been at this for years now. There's ways around addressing your fucking sweet tooth. Honestly, I'm at the point now, and again, this has taken years. Fucking carrots taste sweet to me,
Yeah, I guess,
but
yeah.
it's a process of understanding I'm not a slave to this, but I do like this. So I am now at the point where eating carrots is satisfying my sweet tooth. Think about that. Like
That's one. Yeah,
yeah, consider that possibility.
that's I love carrots. Yeah, I love carrots.
Okay,
Yeah,
now we're getting somewhere.
yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You're like, all right, tell me what you're thinking right now.
Man, loving, and I would imagine you playing this back, and the viewers can just tell the frustration, annoyance, discomfort in my body language in my face because that's all the fucking feelings. Uh, but I get it. I get it. It's, I mean, once again, we say it all the time. You know me, so it's like, yeah, Vito's thinking like, this is the part of this thing that I don't like and I wasn't looking forward to is kind of having to, check in and clock in but I know the purpose and I know the goal. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why we're doing this. But I get it. I hear what you're saying. Listen, I've also said this before. With me, it's a lot of At least for right now, because for all we know, this can be week 6, literally leading into the rest of my life. And it's like every day, every week, every check-in is just little goals. So right now it might come off like, hey, I'm still fucking eating a lot of sweets. I'm having sweets every day, but I know it's less. You know what I mean? And I know I'm eating
Yeah.
less food, and it's like little by little because don't get it twisted. Week 6, whether whether I'm like showing it or not, internally I'm craving and I'm thinking about sweets less. It may not come off that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you go back and fucking look at the documentation from week 2, week 3, week 4, I'm eating fucking 2 to 4 packs of Famous Amos a night. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead. Yeah. Talk to me.
I I love how you celebrate wins. I think you should continue to do that.
Right.
Literally 3 days ago, you sent me a thing where you had 3 scoops of ice cream and 4 slices of pizza.
Yes. 4 scoops of ice. 4 scoops of
Three
ice.
scoops of
Yes.
ice.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Thursday.
So like
Thursday. Yes.
that's where my concern's coming from.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
looking
like,
at a calendar. For everyone
yeah.
that's wondering why I'm looking to the side, I'm looking at my calendar. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, and
Yeah.
again, I understand that you're going at your own pace, and we
But
are
but that was the exception. I don't mean to interrupt. That was the exception. I was at an event.
okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Granted, today's barely Tuesday, but since then, I'm not only, you know, I've not only worked out 4 days, but I've eaten better. And Sunday, my, my family and I fucking split a pint. So what? 2 spoons, two little fucking, you know what I'm saying? Um, and then what? Before last Thursday, 4th of July, yeah, two lettuce wrap burgers and hot dog and a piece of birthday cake. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah. No, I do know what you're saying. And I guess that kind of goes back to your point when you're talking about like life, life. You're going through the day, going through the
yeah,
week, and then something else pops up, and it's like, oh, yeah, sure, why not? And again, I'll say it again. I'm happy that you are losing weight. I guess what I'm really trying to impart upon you this consultation is that like you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're making this process harder for yourself. If your goal is to lose weight, get in shape, your sweets are an issue. You're not
right.
prioritizing nutrition and you're prioritizing this craving that is not your entire being. There's more to you than your desire to like have something sweet in your mouth. And the less you accommodate that, the sweeter shit will taste to you. I promise you that.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So it'll get to the point where when you have like a slice of cake once a week, or God forbid, once every 2 weeks, that cake will be like, yeah, that was great. I don't need to have this for another 2 weeks.
Right, right.
That's where I want you to be. I want to get you there. I want to help get you there. Where it's like sweets are just like, yeah, you fucking love them, but you don't need them every fucking day. You don't need them every week. And instead, there's other things to complement your taste buds, your palate, you know?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And
Yeah.
going
I'll definitely, I'll definitely,
Mhm.
I'll definitely give the carrot thing a try. I mean, because I mean, I don't think I've had him in 6 weeks, but yeah, usually here in the house we have carrots for snack for us, for our son for school. Yeah, yeah, I'll give the carrot thing. Another. I'm just looking at my fridge. Another like sweet tooth kind of substitution are my like superfood kale mixed fruit smoothies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't feel like I'm the fat bastard that's eating crazy sweets every day, but it's definitely looking like that and coming off that way, and
yeah,
something to be conscious about moving forward, man.
I'm only going off of what you're sending me, man. And
Of course.
my encouragement is just to like think around the problem as opposed to giving into the problem. So like for instance, what's on my desk right here are some thinly dipped dark chocolate almonds, right? So what I do, and I don't eat almonds every single day because I eat like 50 grams, which comes out to 300 calories, which is actually a big portion of my caloric budget. But when I want almonds, I take this bag and I take a regular bag of roasted almonds and I mix them together. So now I'm eating like one roasted almond and then one thinly dipped dark chocolate almond. Boom,
Mhm.
sweet tooth addressed. And I can do that whenever I want because it fits within my caloric budget and it's fitting within my macros. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
like another thing, Oikos yogurt, which is something I've already told you about. 15 grams of protein,
I had
little
a
sweet.
bowl. You're gonna get my thing soon. I had a good bowl of that today. Um, good bowl the other day. I got myself the big jug. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. And like actually having it today, um, like it's funny that we're talking about this because I had it today and I was thinking as I was eating, like, oh, this is hitting better than it did the other day. Because I
Mm-hmm.
had it the other day,
Yeah.
but who knows? Maybe I was like busy at
Yeah,
work and
man.
I couldn't really. But today I had it. I was joining. I was like, oh yeah, this is hitting. Especially because I'm
Yeah.
adding granola. I'm adding fucking dried cranberries.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and I
And
got the vanilla. So
yeah, and it takes a second. It does take a second for your body and your taste buds to adjust. That's the thing. Like sugar is addictive. It's like that's the purpose. Like sugar is addictive. That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
when you go out and you purchase junk food, you want more of it, and it's not even about hunger. It's not even about hunger. You're just like, oh, this tastes
yeah,
good.
no,
Let me have some more.
yeah,
So as you train yourself, your mind and your body to like wean yourself off of prioritizing, and that's the purpose of this consultation. We got to stop prioritizing this shit. You will get your fucking sweet fix from other things if we do not prioritize that. It's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I haven't had my fucking cookies or I haven't had my thing. I got to do that like it's a pill. It's not medicine.
mm-hmm,
In fact, it's
mm-hmm.
the opposite of medicine.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Cool,
Absolutely.
cool,
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to next week's call already. I'm looking forward to
cool.
challenging myself once we get off this call.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, unfortunately, already I have had my sweet for the day for like a mid lunch thing earlier. I had yogurt, and I actually had one rainbow cookie a couple of hours ago. But I will leave it at that, and I will challenge myself,
yeah,
and I will,
man.
you know, to chat with you same time next week
Yeah,
and have,
yeah.
and for you to be the one to say, hey Vito, you did it. Every day this week I didn't read any sweets. So
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm passionate about this and I'm passionate about you and I really do want to work with you. Like even after this call, like I want to come up with ideas that will satisfy your palate. And I understand that like you're not really the type of individual who like wants to eat the same thing every day, which is fine. There are very inventive and creative ways
yeah,
for you to
yeah,
satisfy your palate each day.
yeah, yeah. And we discussed that. My wife and I discussed that, and and it's funny because of you go back on my daily stuff, and it's kind of like I essentially kind of am eating the same stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Rice, mixed veggies,
Hmm.
fucking, the eggs and the salami, the turkey bacon. So like that's no longer like on my mind. It's no longer an issue. Seemingly the issue right now is the sweets and the sugars and the fats,
Yes.
and upping my protein.
Yes.
Yeah, I will work with what I got.
Right.
I'll definitely up my protein this week.
I love it. Now I got two more things for you, and this is just something for you to further reflect on. First thing is we already kind of touched on it, but I just want to circle back around to it because I want to emphasize the importance of it. Right now, consistently, there has been a prioritization of higher carbohydrates and higher fats in your diet and less protein. You need to start mentally making a decision. What do you want to start prioritizing more, carbohydrates or fats? You can't do both because then you're not going to get enough protein. If you have a high carb, high fat, and high protein diet, guess what? You're in a surplus. If you have a high protein and high carb diet, you're going to have a low fat diet. If you have a high protein and high fat diet, you're going to have a low carb diet. Does that make sense? You can't
Yeah.
have high protein, high carb, and high fat and still be in a deficit. And if you're not going to track calories, which I highly recommend that you do, but if you're not, you do need to start thinking, where am I prioritizing my food intake? Am I prioritizing carbs or am I prioritizing fats? And if you want, I have this breakdown. I have a breakdown of all of the best fats to eat and all of the best carbs to eat and all of the best protein to eat, which I'm happy to send you. I might have already sent it over to you.
Yeah. Yeah. If if you haven't, please do. I know as far as like carbs, man, and the other day I had chicken Alfredo with broccoli, but I'd be curious to go back. I can't tell you. When was the last time I had pasta? My family and I, we don't eat regular bread. We barely eat that thin sliced keto bread. I barely bought some the other day from Costco after maybe not having any for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So, it's so yeah. I'm assuming my carbs, like you mentioned earlier, are just strictly coming from the sweets, which sucks. But at the same time, it's like it's good to know because then it's like, okay, cool. If you fucking cut off the sweets, then I'm kind of solving that carb.
Dude,
You know
dude,
what I mean?
if you were to cut out the sweets, 4 weeks, you would be amazed at the results. You would be fucking amazed. And I'm very happy that you're happy with the results that you're achieving right now. You
Yeah,
would
yeah,
achieve even greater results if you were to just cut
yeah.
out sweets.
Well, I tell you what, let's fuck it. If we're here, let's be here. This is for the world to see. I said, let's check back in a week to check my sweet intake. I mean, we're week 6. We got 2 weeks left. So I'm gonna go for these 2 weeks and try to. I'm not gonna, 2 weeks cut that shit out. And then also I guess um kind of bump my protein intake.
Yeah,
So
100%. My quick piece of advice for upping your protein intake based off of what you're sending me, you eat
mhm.
eggs pretty much every day. So if you're to
Yeah,
introduce egg whites into that, then that's boom, instant. Like you can get 20 grams of protein just from adding like 100 grams of egg whites. I think I got that right. But you're already eating eggs on a daily basis. So just going to the store, buying a carton of egg whites and mixing that into your eggs, you're already adding protein into your diet that way. And boom, that's a easy hack. Um,
I appreciate that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Okay, thank
yeah.
you.
With your protein smooth or with your smoothies that you're eating on a consistent basis, if you are you adding protein to that?
No, and I
There's
say it
another one.
like that because yeah, yeah. I have not, but I have in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, 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 yeah.
Boom. Do
Okay.
that. Yeah. So those are two ways that like, and I'm thinking about what you're doing right now. We're not even
Yeah,
getting into like, I mean, the
yeah,
best source of protein, a lot of people will say is chicken
yeah.
because
Chicken, chicken.
it's
Yes.
low in calories and it's high in protein and it's, yeah, chicken breast. But we're not even, I'm just focusing on like what your daily habits are from what you're sending me. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Egg
yeah, yeah.
whites and protein powder.
Too
Um,
much. Yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Nuts are considered a good source of protein, but they're very high in fat. So if you're chowing down on nuts every day, then you're going to hit your caloric budget a lot quicker. So that's just something to keep
yeah.
in mind. Um,
I like nuts. I can do nuts. My wife is a big almond fan, so technically there's kind of always almonds in the house.
okay.
You know, I could do that every now and
Well,
then.
what's your favorite meat?
Oh yeah, there's chicken as well. Yeah,
Okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. All right. Um, we're almost coming up on time for me to have to
yeah,
do
yeah,
something.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the last thing I
You and
wanted to
I both. I originally also said I didn't want
yeah.
this to be long.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The last thing I wanted to say, and I'm really grateful for how this has gone. I've been excited to meet with you, because I believe in you, and I don't want to make life so difficult for you that like you're not with it. You know what I mean?
no, no,
Yeah.
and you're not. And I apologize if it came off that way. This what you know me, brother. This is me, just not liking to fucking explain myself to anybody.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, no need to apologize. If anything, I'm even more so extending gratitude and apologies to you. I'm sorry if this is a frustrating case
Oh
compared to
no.
other clients because I know my habits and my day to day fucking
Yeah.
routine is different and difficult and complicating. And I know you're doing things this past week of tracking my calories. I know you don't have to do that, and I know you've been doing it. So for the record, for the world to see, thank you for that. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah, thank you.
And honestly, to be completely transparent, I love this. This is because I'm thinking like I want to have thousands of clients in my career, right? So this is essential. What we're doing
Yeah,
right now is essential
yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
going to meet 100 of yous like over
yeah,
the course of my career, and I
yeah.
will have this experience to draw from so I can better advise them. So I thank you. I thank you. Like
Yeah,
forget
yeah.
that. Like I thank you.
In the caption, you should definitely put something along the lines of, where the shred, Vito Kayevi, week 6, quote unquote, the tough one, the tough talk,
I love it.
you
I
know,
love it. Yeah.
without a
Yeah.
doubt,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. So last thing I will say, I kind of touched on this week 1 or 2, but this is the challenge that I want. I think this will help you for the upcoming 2 weeks. There
Yeah.
is a difference between eating when you're hungry and eating when you have a craving. And I challenge you to start training your mind to distinguish between the two. Okay. This is
Okay.
a practice that I only recently started implementing within the past couple of weeks, and it's miraculous how different or how much easier it has become to not eat something that I shouldn't be eating. Because I ask myself the question, am I hungry or do I just want something tasty in my mouth? If you can answer that question every time you're about to put something in your mouth, I swear to God, it will change the way that you move through the world. I promise you.
I
Are you
believe it.
hungry or are you craving something?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny because, the seemingly 20 years we know each other, right? We've always said, oh, I'm craving this, I'm craving that.
Oh
Sometimes
yeah, come on.
we've gone out together because we're both
Yes.
craving something simultaneously.
Umami.
Yes, man, those days.
Yeah.
But I say this because, granted, I had a pizza last week. I made one pie last me a couple of days, whatever. I didn't get that out of craving. I got that the opportunity at the time. And I say that because the only fucking cravings that I'm having to battle these past 6 weeks is the sweets.
Hmm.
When I tell you, I mean, I haven't had any pasta. Why? Because I'm not craving any pasta.
Yeah.
Other than last week, I haven't had any pizza because I'm not craving any pizza.
Yeah.
I haven't had any sushi because I'm not craving any sushi.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
So
saying?
so so
So
yeah. So
it
real
should,
quick.
it should be easy for me to bang that up.
Yeah, and absolutely. And I'll leave you with this question. You can answer it now, or we
Go
can
ahead.
ask the question on
Okay.
week 7.
Come back. Okay.
What happens if you ignore your cravings? Are you gonna
Mm.
die? Like no, like seriously, like legitimately, what
Yeah,
happens
no.
when you go like, yeah, I'm craving this, and then that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm craving this thing right now, and like you see it, and then what happens now? If you do not get that thing that you're craving, what happens? And like that's the question I'll leave you with.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
All right.
at least, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. All right, bro.
Cool, man.
No, I was gonna say at least with the ignoring the craving of the sweets, I could fight that craving for 2 days. Then on that third day, I'm playing catch up. I'm just kind of going in. So I
I
definitely got to get
totally,
better on that.
I
Yeah,
totally get that, man. I totally get that. And again, carrots have been really cool for me, and literally
yeah. I'm getting
just,
it back. I'm
hmm
getting it
hmm
back tomorrow for
yeah,
sure.
and literally just training myself to eat when I'm hungry, and then once I'm no longer hungry, see what's going on with your cravings then. Drink some water, drink water before and after eating, and honestly, do a self-assessment like, what would happen if I didn't eat this thing that I was wanting 30 minutes or an hour ago? What would happen to me, to my body, to my psychology? You know?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, I'm
I
gonna stop
got you.
recording. This was a
All
great
right,
one.
sounds good.
I love it.
It was.
See you
It
guys on the
was. It
next
was.
one.
We out.